Hello everyone. In this video, I want to share my experience of how regulating my nervous system through deep breathing is helping me so much in managing my neurodiversity. Uh, I I never knew that this is such a profound technique and such a beautiful gift which the universe has offered to us. And I always had this feeling that my neurodiversity is linked with unhappiness. That somewhere deep down, I am unhappy with just being with my own self. It comes with lot of, as I always say, inner child wounds, and all those inner child wounds starts getting bottling up in our nervous system. And then there is, and this is like what I can say is the generational trauma. This is how the generational trauma is carried forward from our grandparents, parents, our ancestors, then finally to us. And so one of the things which I want to now talk is last week I went to Bali. I had traveled earlier as well, but this time traveling was so much different for me. So earlier, because I am both an autistic and ADHD, I have both. So my autistic brain always used to get overwhelmed in crowded places, and airport definitely has to feel so overwhelmed and overstimulated all the time. I used to be never prepared for my travel. At the last minute, I used to prepare everything, checking my passports, tickets, boarding pass, managing, collecting, security checking. Everything used to add to my stress. And there was this constant feeling: have I forgotten something? Have I missed something? Is something going to go wrong? Or is someone going to again blame me for something that I did? I missed something. That constant feeling, this time I felt it wasn't there with me, and I felt so much at ease with myself. I was well planned for my Bali trip, like 2 weeks in advance. What I did was, and this is something for neurotypical, this is very normal, but for a neurodiverse person, this is life changing. That what I did was, I created a label in my Gmail and I kept all the emails, my visa, my tickets, my Airbnb booking, all other related documents for my Bali trip into that folder. And I was able to access all that, and it was there here that nothing is missing. I've done my best planning, and the ease that I felt at the airport. Now, my autistic brain always used to get overwhelmed at airport, and my ADHD always used to drive me crazy. It used to make me wander everywhere, browse all the shops, do window shopping, just go there, and I just couldn't sit still in the boarding area or in the waiting area or anywhere. I had to do something, drink coffee, do like this was previously always. I used to get so much overwhelmed at the airport, and all that waiting time for the flight used to drive me crazy. I just couldn't sit still. But this time I managed. So my ASD brain used to say me that, hey, I want to sit still, and my ADHD would always used to say me that no, I have to keep roaming here and there on the airport. But this time I felt that I went with this feeling of gatheredness. I was integrated with my own self, and I felt this profound connection with my own self. And I think this is freedom for me, to be able to travel with ease, to not really thinking that what is going to go wrong, but rather thinking what is going to come next and what I'm going to explore. And if any negative thought that used to come, I was able to keep that thought at bay. And this is the power of inner child healing. This is what our neurodiverse brain needs. And that's why I cannot stress enough on this work, that this is the work which, so what I realize, all that anxiety, disorganization, that unplannedness, that overwhelm was inside my mind. And then now I realized that it was there in my parents as well. They never felt at ease with just being themselves. There was constant anxiety, constant overwhelm in my home, because my dad was severely autistic, so he was into this avoidant attachment style, and my mom was severely ADHD, and she was always into this constant feeling of stress, overwhelm, anger and frustration. And same, when again, as I say, when I trace back to my grandparents, there was a lot of inner child wounds in both the families. And that's why I was, even though my parents were really loving towards me, but what I realized, they were not loving towards their own self. They were not compassionate towards their own self. They were not aware of their mental health issues. They were having a lot of stress. And because my parents had so much communication issues, that added to their stress only. And even though I was from this family where everyone was really loving and caring for me, but I still felt that they were not at ease with themselves. Even my grandparents, my both grandmothers from both the side, my maternal and paternal grandmothers, they both loved me. But what was missing was self-love within their own self. They were having this constant fear, anxiety. They were holding on to a lot of guilt, shame, lot of unhealthy, anxious attachment styles. And that kind of, that builds up in the family, that builds up in the lineage, and that gets passed down to our future generation. And that's why now I have a child who is severely autistic and ADHD, got the trait from both the families, from our biological father and from my family. And that is why it is going to be a slow journey for my daughter. But when I'm feeling this ease with myself, when I'm feeling this, that now even as a single parent, I will be able to manage my child with special need. And because I know that I'm able to manage myself, I know that I'm able to set my boundaries, I'm able to take break, and this feeling of ease, this lowering down of that rejection sensitivity within me, this lowering down of that constant feeling of loneliness, this is freedom. This is the real, authentic, true freedom that our neurodiverse brain needs. So yes, if you like the content which I'm sharing my living experience. I am sharing all the issues that I used to have in past. Since birth, I never felt this ease with myself. I never felt this contentment and fulfillment within myself, and that is why I'm sharing my story, my living experience, the way my life has transformed after going through this inner child healing work. And I would really say that please start doing your inner child healing work. And I have researched that deep breathing is what it starts regulating our nervous system. And the more we start processing our emotional wounds, our inner child wounds, and start integrating all those abandoned and broken parts within ourselves, it starts changing our life in so many different ways. So being a neurodiverse person, I am so humbled and so gratified now after going through my inner child healing journey for past 1 year. And it's an ongoing journey. I'm not going to stop my deep breathing because I have found my magic pill. I also take my medications, no exception to that, because it stops you from further dysregulating. I'm also very conscious about my diet and my exercise routine and my activity levels, everything. Now I'm able to manage everything effectively. So yeah, if you like my content, please do like, subscribe to my channel, and share this content, and bring this awareness into the world, how profound these techniques are for the humankind. And yeah, start doing this deep inner child healing work for yourself, for your family, for your future generation, for your own happiness. Thank you so much.